Hello, Vinit sir. Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning,
real.
Karam.
I am really pleased to have you on my show, the Karam Show, and I'm sure that we are going to have a great discussion about the storytelling and other things, leadership and other things. So, my first question is, how did you get started? What is your story, sir? How you were in the corporate and then you joined the business, and then how that all went.
Yeah. So Karam, I have been storyteller since I was in school.
Okay.
But I was not an official storyteller. Not a person who would stand on stage and deliver a story.
Mm-hmm.
But in bits and pieces and pockets, and especially in my closed group where we had a couple of friends.
Okay.
Though I was an introvert person, I used to talk a lot about many stories, and I used to deliver stories and tell them different stories. And I used to love that attention that I got from them.
Yeah.
and but Eventually, did not know anything about if this could be a career or something like that, because
Okay.
we eventually we go into either becoming a doctor or becoming a engineer, right? So those are two, three
Cha-
standard things that used to happen at our times.
mm,
So went into studies, started working, and I started my career into business analytics.
Okay.
So a little bit of Excel reporting, moved on to some SQL, some front end, some back end,
Mm-hmm.
creating those dashboards for our leadership to view. That is what I used to do, and I used to handle a team of business analysts at that point of time.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow, the storyteller in me, or also a human mind, which could connect with other human minds. I was very keen about the study of human behavior, which I used to
Okay.
do over the weekends.
Over weekends. Okay.
And apart from that, I also got engaged into a theater activity that was being run by a couple of friends at that point of time. Around 2007 is when I got started.
Okay.
And over the weekends, I used to be involved with the theater group. Now, combination of theater, acting,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
and human psychology,
Human
right,
psychology.
and behavior actually gave me a kick to. So I started, hearing the calling of my soul,
Okay.
where I started feeling that this is what I want to do. This is
Okay.
really
This is
something I would want to jump into.
okay.
So I chalked out my plan in terms of how I would want to become a corporate trainer into behavioral and leadership trainings,
Mm-hmm.
and as well as run storytelling in parallel. So I founded this beautiful company called the Great Indian Storytellers,
Okay.
and we got started with theater activities, couple of storytelling activities. Worked with a couple of good storytellers in different areas, including corporate world. Um,
Okay.
I learned a lot from many different people,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually, here I am, just sharing my stories everywhere. So that's how it all started.
Okay. Okay, that is really awesome. And then you thought of, then you listened to your heart, and then you started, oh, this is something I must be doing, and going to the theaters and everything you did. This is really awesome. So when it comes to planning a story, when you tell some story, write some story, so what are the elements you focus on? How you structure a story uh, nowadays?
I can speak a lot about this because that's
Yeah.
precisely what I share with people, what I teach. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Actually, stories happen to us every day.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is that we are not able to identify them separately, in
Okay.
silos, and that is a training to our mind. But
Okay.
if we train our minds well,
Mm-hmm.
we'll not only start identifying those stories, but also share those stories with many different people around us.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, in a day, there are so many things that happen. For example, you reached out to me and said, "Vineet, let's have a interview," right?
Yes.
The interaction that we had, a couple of instances we postponed it
Yes.
because of couple of reasons from my side and your side as well.
Yes. Yes.
But eventually we did that, right? Now,
Yes.
this in itself can become a story if we are able to attach this whole series of events with a message.
Okay.
Now, once you're able to do that, once your mind is trained to do that, you'll start looking at each and everything that happens in your life as a story. And that is when your story bank starts increasing, and you have so many stories that at a drop of a hat, you'll be able to pick one story and share with someone. So, what I believe is there are a couple of elements which are actually required for any story to be effective.
Okay.
The first element and the most important element is a message. A story told without message is not a story. It's kind of maybe we can say whiling away time. So there are two kind of storytellers. This is on a lighter note. I always tell my participants there are two kind of storytellers. One is a real storyteller because he comes out with a message at the end of the story and has a purpose of sharing that story with someone. On the other hand, there are kahanibaz.
Okay, kahanibaz.
Kahanibaz jo hote hain, they do not have an agenda, they do not have a message, but they share for the heck of it. If we start doing that, somewhere we'll lose our credibility as a good storyteller. But in case we can give good messages attached with the story, trust me, these stories are so powerful that these can change people's lives. Stories have changed my life, and stories can change people's lives. So the first important element of a story is message.
Okay.
The second most important element of a story is the element of suspense.
Element of suspense. Okay.
Yes. And suspense doesn't need to be, something like, who's the murderer kind of a suspense. Suspense can be anything which is a little hidden from the audience.
Okay.
Right? So if I want to start a story, I might, start a story by saying that there were thousands of eyes looking at me. And I was standing in front of a mic. And my heart was pounding so hard that I thought that people could hear it.
Okay.
Now, what I'm doing is I'm creating a scene in front of you, but you don't know what situation I am in.
Yes. I'm just visualizing what situation it is.
Absolutely. And you will be more curious to know what happens next.
Yes.
So this is called the element of suspense. So if you can, this is the way how we narrate a story. So this element is a must in a story.
Okay.
And the final one, the third one, which I want to say, is emotions.
Emotions, yes.
Stories without emotions are not stories. So a big example, given by a big writer around this is a short story, which is the shortest story that I've known. He says the story is the king died, the queen died.
Okay.
That's it. But there is no emotion, so this is not a story.
Okay.
So next time what he says is the king died, the queen died of grief.
Okay.
Now this becomes a story because you've added an emotion, and adding an emotion, what it has done is it has done two things to the story. Number one, it has added the relationship, the element of relationship between the two characters.
Yes.
Because of the relationship between the king and the queen now.
Yes.
Number two, it has also added a journey.
Yes, journey.
The journey of the queen. You can visualize that journey of the queen.
Yeah, just it is going through the mind that how. It,
Yes.
the how
So
long and what the love and all stuff is going on just by saying that because of the grief.
yes.
Yes.
So this is the third most important animal. So element. All in all, these three elements. Let me repeat them. Number one is message coming out of the story. Number
Yes.
two, an element of suspense,
Suspense.
and number three is the emotions in the story.
Emotions. Okay. Okay, that's really wonderful. And as you said, story can change life, and this is I'm feeling right now, and in the last few days as well, last few months, because I'm reading lot many stories, and I'm just coming out. I'm visualizing and reading and writing how these stories are written and how they are changing people's lives. So I got curious, and then I was reading other stories as well. That's why I thought let's have a wonderful discussion with Vineet sir, and then something would come out great. So and these 3 points really important. I will write them down and apply in the whatever story I will be sharing with the people. Yes. My next question is like, what is leadership and how do you practice it?
Uh, in simple words, leadership is an action of leading a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the real, true leadership, meaning of leadership, a true leadership can be carried out through a few qualities, um, like leading with example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if a leader, does something else and says something else,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
might not be a true leader, right?
Okay.
People
Okay.
will follow what you do, not what you say,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that is one. And another quality, very important quality of a leader is to be able to influence
To be
and inspire people.
okay. Okay.
Now, now again, I'll connect this to storytelling as well.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
because
That should be.
because uh, influencing and inspiring people
Mm-hmm.
is a skill which comes out of your communication.
Okay.
So how Karam ensures that Vineet, who's a person, in Karam's team,
Mm-hmm.
right, as a leader, how does Karam ensure that Vineet works and gives his best quality even when Karam is not looking?
Okay. Okay.
That can happen only with an outstanding level of communication and clarity.
Okay.
So it involves a lot of things, to be able to empathize with the person you are leading, to be able to influence the person you're. Uh, uh, so influencing is the outer circle. So within the circle of influence, there are many elements. You will be able to influence the person only if you have good credibility in his eyes.
Okay. Okay.
So a leader needs to be credible. And how do you become credible? By delivering what you promise,
Okay.
right? By listening to the other person
Right.
and empathizing with them. That connects needs to be there, right? And that is how you will be able to influence people, how you will be able to inspire people to do what you want them to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
stories play a big role here.
Yes, definitely to communicate that message and everything that you have. That's really great. Okay. So, how do you plan your day these days? Earlier, like you were when you were in the job, and now you are in the business. So, what the difference you see? How you were planning earlier and now how you are planning now? So, what is the difference that you see?
Not much difference really. I used to, and thanks to a couple of multinational companies that I've worked with, they've trained me well on how to plan your day and how to execute that.
Okay.
My planning is mostly calendar planning.
Okay.
I utilize a lot of tools in terms of making sure that my system is in sync with my phone, and
Mm-hmm.
every device has a calendar which reminds me wherever I am at least
Okay.
30 minutes in advance what is going to happen. And how do I plan is, something I learned from Stephen Covey
Mhm.
uh, in his book of uh, seven habits of highly effective people.
Right, right.
Um, and in that book, he says that you plan weekly.
Plan weekly.
That's
Yes, yes.
yes, and that's what I do every Sunday evening. I plan my week day
Mhm.
by day. Day one, day two, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. This is what is going to happen in
Okay.
my next 7 days.
Mhm.
And uh, once that is done, every morning for 10 minutes, I visit my calendar just to make sure I remember the schedule in my mind. Um, and I also make sure that um, I uh, I remember things. Uh,
Yes, definitely.
but of course, the calendar is there to remind me. The most important thing is to whenever you need to reshuffle things, you should have things in your mind. And there is always a lot of reshuffling which is required.
Yes, reshuffling, lot of reshuffling here and there. Something comes and then we have to change it. Okay.
In a day's work, I distribute my work into two different parts.
Okay.
And these two different parts, and this has to do something with the kind of work that I do. These two different parts are: number one, ideating, and number two is the hard work. Ideating is the creative work in which I sit with a pen and a paper mostly,
Mhm.
um, or even I roam around, I record my voice on the
Mhm.
phone,
Mhm.
um, just to ideate something, to create
Okay.
something.
To
So, for
create
example,
something.
if I'm running a workshop
Mhm.
or storytelling or any leadership
Program.
workshop or a
Mhm.
behavioral workshop, and I'm working on the content and I
Okay.
need to bring something new.
Mhm.
And since I customize this for my audience, the kind
Mhm.
of audience that I have, and every
Mhm.
audience is different from each other, right? So
Right.
I do a little bit of research work on what is the kind of my audience, and
Mhm.
then customize it accordingly.
Mhm.
And while I'm customizing, that is the ideating part, right?
Okay.
So creating a new
Okay.
program, ideation part. And then
Mhm.
the second is hard work. Hard work is once the ideation is done and I
Mhm.
have all the bullet points written in front of me, all I
Mhm.
need to do is, do the hard work, put that into papers or maybe
Mhm.
record a video or, do an automation um, on the system or something like that. So
Right. Right.
while
Doing
my
the hard
day,
work. Yes.
so
Okay.
I usually do that.
Okay, okay, that's really wonderful, sir. And what books would you recommend? To the learn the storytelling and implement it and in a fast way, better way. Yes.
I think I really like what Carmen Gallo
Okay.
writes about storytelling.
Okay.
So one of the books that was recommended by one of my mentors to me recently
Hmm.
was The Storyteller's Secret by Carmen Gallo. I
Okay.
really loved that book. I've read a couple of books before this book as well, but
Hmm.
this has taken the cake over anything. So it's The
Okay.
Storyteller's Secret by Carmen Gallo.
Okay. Okay. That's really great, sir. I will also purchase that book and read it and apply it. That's really awesome. So
Wonderful.
thank you, sir. Thank you giving your time and having the discussion with me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Karan.